Welcome to a demo of Brook Direct Debits for Sage 200. The purpose of this demonstration is to show the use of how quick it can be to process direct debits through Sage 200. First of all, we'll start looking at the system parameters, and under our Brook add-ons area we've got direct debit and system configuration. If we come in here, the user must start with identifying the account number and bank details for the company with the user reference and a service type. This is available for AIB, Bank of Ireland and Ulster Bank currently. The user must also select that if they want to extract the data by due date or transaction date. Once those are complete, these are one-off setups and you click on Save. Another area that can be used as part of the system setup is if you want to set up all of your customer bank details. You can do this by the use of an import facility, and the layout of this import will be around the customer's account number, IBAN, BIC, sort code, etc. in this fixed format. Once you click on import, you will import the file that's pre-prepared. This in turn will populate under the sales ledger the customer details if we amend an account here, and we look under the payment tab. Currently we have some bank details already held on this account. To be SEPA compliant, we must ensure that we have a mandate reference, a mandate signature date, a type and a current stage. The allow direct debits will allow you to take the customer on and off the direct debit runs. So if you want to exclude them for a particular period, you can literally untick these on the condition that they're not in a current direct debit. If we go back into the area where we can process the direct debits, first thing we need to do is select the file that we're going to create. So if we give it a reference of test, we select the date that we're going to extract transactions up until. You can see the grayed out area that we've already predefined that we're going to run these by due date opposed to transaction date. Click on Save. That has extracted in the background all of the customers that are applying for this direct debit. So we're under test 9 here, and we can click on Go. You'll see here that we've got a list of all the invoices that are due for direct debit under this reference here and this create date. We can either deselect or select all the items for the direct debit. In this occasion, I'm just going to deselect them and take 2 samples here. These are the amounts that are going to be requested for direct debit. If there's been any part payment, that will be taken into consideration at this stage. We will click on Save. We may go off and leave the direct debit for the moment. We can leave that in the state of unallocated and unprocessed, because we may want to go in again and we may want to select another item on this. So if we select this customer here, we can add another invoice to the file. We can continue to amend the file until we go to creating the bank file. And in here you will see that we've only got the 3 elements that we ticked in the generation of direct debits. Once we go look for the file here, it goes off into a directory and we can give it a name. And click on Save. And once we create the file, it's telling us the file has been created correctly, and in the background that file is now available for importing onto the bank website. Once we've got our feedback from the bank that the file has been validated and available for processing, or we receive back any bounce backs, we can still leave this file unconfirmed at this point in time. We can close out of it and we can come back in to the processing area. We could still go into the file and we can still see that these are the 3 items. We could still continue to make amendments if we wanted to, but we'd need to submit a new file to the bank. Once we are confident that the bank file has been processed through, we go to the allocate payments area. In here you can see that we've again been presented with the 3 items that are going to be processed for the direct debit, and we can see that the period and year that they're going to be posted into. If we have any bounce backs, we could put some notes on the file here that we can refer to later. But once we click on the allocate, this is the point of no return. This is what's going to post and update the customer's accounts. This processing is complete. If we come out of here, we can see that we've gone back to the beginning here. So that file test 9 has now been completed, and we can't amend any of these areas here because they've gone to grey. We pop out of these and come back to the sales ledger, and we'll select one of the customers that we posted a direct debit for. Up into transaction inquiry, and we'll tick the show outstanding only. So in here you can see the test 9 reference that has been used. You can see that it's a reference with today's date on it and for the full amount. You can see here that it's gone to the nominal account and made the posting, and we can see that the bank account that it's been posted against. This has shown you that the payments can be processed within a number of steps, very quick and easy, and leave you in control of the management of the account rather than the full direct debit processing. Thank you for listening.